Once upon a time, in the heart of the lush and verdant kingdom of Balandria, there was a young prince named Kwame. Balandria was a land of rolling hills, sprawling savannas, and dense forests teeming with wildlife. The village was known for its rich culture, vibrant festivals, and the unity of its people. Prince Kwame, the heir to the throne, was beloved by all for his wisdom, kindness, and fair judgment. Yet, despite his royal status and the admiration of his subjects, he felt a deep void in his heart. Prince Kwame's parents, King Obadil and Queen Nana, were eager for him to find a bride. They had introduced him to many noble women from neighboring kingdoms, but none captured his heart. The prince longed for a wife who would love him for his true self, not his title or wealth. He desired a companion who embodied the values he held dear, kindness, integrity, and loyalty. One day, as he strolled through the palace gardens, Prince Kwame had an idea. He decided to disguise himself as a common servant and live among his people to find a woman who would love him for who he truly was. After much thought, he shared his plan with his trusted advisor, Adebayo, who reluctantly agreed to assist him. "Your Highness," Adebayo said, concern etched on his face, "this is a risky endeavor. But if you believe it will help you find true love, I will support you." With Adebayo's help, Prince Kwame donned the simple attire of a servant. He exchanged his fine garments and royal insignia for a plain tunic and sandals. To further mask his identity, he adopted the name Kofi, a common name in the village. With his disguise complete, he left the palace under the cover of night and made his way to the heart of the village. The next morning, the villagers were abuzz with excitement over the arrival of a new servant. Kofi quickly integrated himself into the daily life of Balandria. He fetched water from the well, tended to the crops, and assisted in the market. His humility and hard work quickly earned him the respect of the villagers. In the heart of Balandria lived a young woman named Amara. She was known throughout the village for her beauty, kindness, and unwavering spirit. Despite the hardships she faced, Amara remained optimistic and always willing to lend a helping hand. She lived with her elderly grandmother, who had raised her after her parents passed away. One day, as Amara was drawing water from the village well, she noticed Kofi struggling with a heavy load of firewood. Without hesitation, she rushed over to help him. "Let me help you with that," Amara offered, taking some of the firewood from his arms. Kofi smiled gratefully. "Thank you, kind lady. My name is Kofi. I am new to the village." "I'm Amara," she replied with a warm smile. "Welcome to Balandria, Kofi." From that day on, Amara and Kofi often worked together. They spent their days helping the villagers, sharing stories, and getting to know each other. Amara admired Kofi's dedication and humility, while Kofi was captivated by Amara's strength and compassion. They shared a bond that grew deeper with each passing day. As the weeks turned into months, Kofi's love for Amara blossomed. However, he faced a dilemma. He had fallen deeply in love with her, but he was unsure how she would react when she discovered his true identity. To make matters worse, a series of challenges began to test their relationship. One day, as Kofi and Amara were working in the fields, a fierce storm swept through the village. The torrential rain and howling winds wreaked havoc, destroying crops and flooding homes. Kofi and Amara worked tirelessly to help the villagers salvage their belongings and rebuild their homes. Their efforts brought them closer together, and Kofi was impressed by Amara's resilience and leadership. Another trial came in the form of a greedy landowner named Jahi, who sought to take advantage of the villagers' plight. Jahi demanded exorbitant fees for the use of his land and water, leaving the villagers struggling to make ends meet. Amara, who was known for her bravery, decided to confront Jahi. "You cannot exploit the people of Balandria like this," Amara said, standing tall and defiant. "We will not stand for it." Jahi sneered. "And what will you do about it, girl?" Kofi stepped forward, his eyes blazing with determination. "We will stand united against your tyranny. The people of Balandria deserve better." With Amara and Kofi leading the charge, the villagers rallied together and stood up to Jahi. They refused to pay his unfair fees and worked together to find alternative sources of food and water. Faced with the united strength of the villagers, Jahi had no choice but to back down. While Kofi and Amara were building their relationship, Kofi often found himself reflecting on the complexities of his dual identity. He had grown fond of the simple life in the village, yet he knew that his responsibilities as a prince loomed large. Each day, he was reminded of his royal heritage by the secret visits from his advisor, Adebeo, who kept him informed about the state of the kingdom. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon and painted the sky with hues of orange and pink, Kofi and Amara sat by the village bonfire. The villagers had gathered to share stories and songs, the tradition that had been passed down through generations. Amara turned to Kofi, her eyes reflecting the flickering flames. "Kofi, you often seem lost in thought. Is there something troubling you?" Kofi hesitated, unsure of how much to reveal. "There are things about my past that I cannot yet share, Amara. But I promise you, my feelings for you are true and sincere." Amara reached out and gently touched his hand. "I believe you, Kofi. Whatever your past holds, know that I care for you deeply." As the rainy season came to an end, the villagers prepared for the Festival of Unity, the celebration marking the harmony and cooperation that defined their community. The festival was a time of joy, with music, dance, and feasting that lasted for days. Prince Kwame, still in his guise as Kofi, was deeply involved in the preparations. He helped decorate the village square with colorful banners and lanterns, and he worked alongside the villagers to prepare traditional dishes. His bond with Amara grew stronger as they shared in the excitement and anticipation of the festivities. On the first night of the festival, the village square was alive with laughter and music. The aroma of roasted meats and spiced vegetables filled the air, and children ran about, playing games and chasing fireflies. The highlight of the evening was the grand dance, where villagers, young and old, took to the dance floor, moving to the rhythmic beats of drums and the melodic tunes of flutes. As the night progressed, Prince Kwame found himself drawn to Amara. She was radiant, her smile lighting up the night more brightly than the lanterns overhead. Gathering his courage, he led her to the center of the square, where they joined the dance. They moved in perfect harmony, their steps synchronized as if they had danced together all their lives. As the dance came to a close, Kwame realized that the moment had come to reveal his true identity. He could no longer keep his secret from Amara, who had shown him what it meant to love and be loved without pretense. Taking Amara's hand, Prince Kwame led her to a quiet spot beneath a large baobab tree, away from the revelry. The sounds of the festival faded into the background as he turned to face her, his heart pounding in his chest. "Amara, there is something I must tell you," he began, his voice trembling. "I have not been entirely truthful about who I am. My name is not Kofi. I am Prince Kwame, the heir to the throne of Balandria." Amara gasped, her eyes widening in shock. "Prince Kwame? But why would you disguise yourself as a servant?" "I wanted to find someone who would love me for who I am, not for my title or wealth," Kwame explained. "And in you, I have found that person. You have shown me what true love and loyalty mean." Tears filled Amara's eyes as she realized the depth of Kwame's love and the courage it took for him to reveal his true self. "I love you, Kwame, not for your title, but for the man you are. I am honored to stand by your side." With their love affirmed, Prince Kwame and Amara returned to the festival hand in hand. The villagers were astonished but overjoyed to learn the true identity of their humble servant. The king and queen, upon hearing the news, welcomed Amara with open arms, recognizing her as the perfect match for their son. Prince Kwame and Amara were soon married in a grand celebration that united the entire village. The festivities lasted for days, with music, dance, and feasting. The villagers celebrated the union of their beloved prince and the brave young woman who had captured his heart. As the newlyweds settled into their roles as the future king and queen, they remained dedicated to serving the people of Balandria. They worked tirelessly to improve the lives of their subjects, ensuring that everyone had access to food, water, and education. Their reign was marked by prosperity, peace, and the unwavering love they shared. Amara's grandmother, who had watched her granddaughter's journey with pride, was honored by the royal family and given a place of honor in the palace. Amara and Prince Kwame made sure to visit her often, never forgetting the roots that had brought them together. Years passed, and Prince Kwame and Amara had children of their own. They taught their children the values that had brought them together: kindness, integrity, and loyalty. The royal family became a symbol of hope and inspiration for the entire kingdom. And so, Prince Kwame and Amara lived happily ever after, proving that true love and loyalty can transcend all barriers and bring light to the darkest of times.